In case you've missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us on First Next News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News for full news reports. Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. Here are the top stories. These are: Peter Obi meets Obasanjo, Ladoja ahead of 2027 polls. Riversol Administrator Ibasi Bokete calls for unity as Fubara's return looms. On the foreign scene, Rubio meets Netanyahu to discuss fallout from Israel's Qatar strike. A very good day to you and welcome to First Next News. I am Becky Usoro. Now the news in details. Former Anambra State Governor and Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi on Sunday held separate closed-door meetings with former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Olubadun of Ibadan, Oba Rashid Ladoja in Ibadan, Oyo State. Although the details of the discussions were not disclosed, the meetings are widely viewed as part of Obi's ongoing consultations ahead of the 2027 general elections. Obi, who announced the visit in a Facebook post, said he was accompanied by key Labour Party figures, including Yunasa Tanko, spokesman of the party's presidential campaign council, Badebo Rhodes Vivo, the 2023 Lagos governorship candidate, and Segun Adebanjo. He described the engagement as opportunities to deliberate on the state of the nation and emphasized the importance of unity, fairness, and justice among Nigerians. You are still listening to News and First Next News Port Harcourt. Let's go for a short break. When we return, we'll bring you more details on Riversol Administrator Ibasi Bokete calls for unity as Subara's return looms. And on the foreign scene, Rubio meets Netanyahu to discuss fallout from Israel's Qatar strike. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. We now bring you the rest of the news. Moving on to River State. As the 6-month state of emergency in River State nears its end and Governor Siminalayi Fubara prepares to return to the office, the sole administrator Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, retired, has called on the state citizens to embrace peace and unity. Speaking at an interdenominational Thanksgiving service in Port Harcourt, Ibas appealed to residents to shun bitterness, political rivalry, and self-interest, emphasizing that the prosperity of the state should be placed above personal and partisan gains. The administrator, who was appointed by President Bola Tinubu in March 2025 to manage the state during the emergency rules, stated that his administration deliberately sowed seeds of love and peace, and that is now the collective responsibility of all Rivers people to nurture them. He urged politicians to sheath their swords, declaring that no political victory is worth the loss of human life. He also appealed to the youth not to be used as instruments of violence and called on community and religious leaders to continue providing guidance for the state's stability. Ibas defended his 6-month tenure, stating that he fulfilled President Tinubu's mandate to stabilize the oil state. Governor Fubara, who is scheduled to resume office on September 18th, marking the end of the state of emergency that was declared following a prolonged political crisis between Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. And now moving on to the foreign news, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is meeting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem, with the aftermath of Israel's strike on Qatar expected to be high on the agenda. Last week's strike, which targeted senior Hamas leaders on the close U.S. allies' territory, drew international outrage and was criticized by President Donald Trump. Rubio earlier said, obviously, we're not happy about it. The president was not happy about it. Now we need to move forward and figure out what comes next. The meeting comes as Arab leaders held a summit in a show of support for Qatar. Its prime minister urged the international community to stop applying double standards and to punish Israel. The Gulf state hosts a major USA base and has played a key role in brokering diplomatic efforts to end the war in Gaza, serving as a mediator of indirect negotiations between Hamas and Israel. On Sunday, Netanyahu told reporters that the U.S.-Israel relationship was as durable as the stones on the Western Wall, while he and Rubio made a short visit to the holy site in Jerusalem Old City. That's all on the news this hour. We now bring you highlights of the story so far. Peter Obi meets Obasanjo Ladoja ahead of 2027 polls. River Soul Administrator Ibasi Bokete calls for unity as Fubara's return looms. On the foreign scene, brought to you that Rubio meets Netanyahu to discuss fallout from Israel's Qatar strike. For more stories and updates on political trends, you can follow us on our YouTube channel and kindly subscribe at Firstness News. Do remember, democracy is the only system that persists in asking the powers that be whether they ought to powers to be. I am Becky Usoro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now. In case you've missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us on Firstness News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at Firstness News for full news reports.